Okay. And how I trade is you wait for the pullback. This is your entry to continue, right? That's how we're going to trade. We're not trading off any fair value gaps or any of that. Just strictly off fibs, right? And you see how it works, right? So what I'm expecting it to do is tap here or maybe even grab some liquidity, so sell side at least, to push back up, to make a little push up to drop, right? So that's what we do. Market open, we push up, respect these equal highs, drop down, drop down, drop down. Here, takes this, wicks it. What do? I take a long position. Now this one is kind of risky to take, but I take it anyways to my OTE range. Right? And we come back down. If you wanted to, this pullback right here is where you could get an entry. This pullback, you could get entry here to go to your OTE range. Now I know I said before that this is a 1 to 4 RR system, right? But you have to look at our range imbalances, our liquidity zones, and that's how you base whether or not you will take it to 200 ticks. So instead of this trade that we usually do as our model, right? You take it to a range imbalance, which is what I did, which is only 131 ticks, right? But you could have got an entry here, 50 ticks, and we play this out, and it smacks our OTE, boom. And you got to keep in mind, I don't trade before 7:30. I took this because this is what I want market to do, right? This is what I wanted it to do. Don't trade before 7:30. Right after 7:30 hits, you could take this trade instantly. Shorts. OTE range, 50 ticks. Right? You aim for 200 points or 200 ticks, and there's your win right there. Right? Now, JD got in the same trade. Unfortunately, he went break even too early. Why? I do not know, because you only go break even depending on counter closure or when we're at 1RR. So as soon as this counter closes below these lows, that's a valid time to go break even, right? We get a pullback. You could get scared a little bit. I wouldn't. I just trust it. I just go break even anyways. Then we have another push down, and we should win this trade right about here. Yes, only off the 0.618 level. Don't complicate it, just only off the 0.618 level. I always have my limit buys at there. I do limit buys, I don't do market buys. Now, I was anticipating another bounce here. Just I had my fibs marked wrong. But you could have anticipated this bounce if you went back in time and drew another fib over here. Right? I think this is the right zone. Yeah. So here's our next fib entry. Now you could have held to this, right? And went into longs after that. Get rid of this so we're not screen Isn't that too much on the screen? And you could have gotten longs at this OTE range, right? Now this one you wouldn't take to 200 points also. You would take it to our OTE range, which would be from this high to this low. So it'll be like 870, I believe. We'll see if I drew that fib right. Okay, I might have drew the fib wrong, but so when price taps back into the range, you look for a long or short type shit. Yeah, basically. Okay, so I drew this one wrong, and this is what I did yesterday too. I drew it wrong because I thought it would tap 870. I took the whole range, but in reality, the range you would have looked for was this high right here. Right? Reason being is we sweep these lows right here, then we get a pullback right here. So this is your actual range you want to look at, and your switch from longs to shorts. So I missed my entry yesterday for shorts right here, but I took these two trades. But you could have gotten shorts again here, 50 ticks. And what are we aiming for? 200 ticks. Right? We're gonna get a pullback obviously because we have this huge imbalance. But eventually we should get tapped. Boom. Is this how you predict the market? Yes. I went over it in the video, how I predict market. Now, before anything, I already had this huge imbalance marked out. Where's it at? I had this huge imbalance already marked out, right? So I knew my draw on liquidity is this imbalance. Right? Usually people have their draws of liquidity, like their main source of draws on liquidity is equal lows, equal highs, or sell side and buy side. I don't know why these are sell side. This should be buy side. Sell side or buy side, right? Right? That's how you were trained. Then we have this sell side right here, or whatever. Right? So you were trained to believe that market will like draw towards these. They do draw towards them, but not often do they take them. It's like a 70% chance. Right. It looks right. Does that look right? If you just copied it from the thing, then it should be good. Okay. Now, I knew our draw was this range imbalance. I just didn't know we were going to get a huge push down, a huge dump towards it in one day. But I knew this was my draw on liquidity. Okay. So now keeping that in mind, we have Asia pushing down towards it. We have London pushing down towards it. Okay. So keeping that in mind, you draw a fib over here from this low to whenever it breaks these highs. So right here, right? And now I want you to see this. I want you to see what happens. Right? I'm gonna get rid of this huge box. And we're gonna mark this one out as our OTE, right? Now, I want you to look at what happens. If we took this trade all the way to OTE, will it hit? That's the question. Let me mark out 9:30. There it is. Max or OTE, guess what? You could take longs here. Right here. Now you want to wait, obviously. Because you would get stopped out there. But you would wait. Because market open is just around the corner. So you just want to wait. So let's play this. And we have another push down. We have market open. Wicks down. You could have got in here if you wanted to. I believe. I might have drew it wrong, but basically you get the idea. Around this area is where our OT is. This OT is pretty big. This range is pretty big, so it's kind of harder to get more precise with it. Yeah, but you get the premise basically. That my OTE range is where my draw is. But yeah. Let me see. Maybe if I draw this better. It might be for this right here when it breaks these highs. So this might be the actual entry zone right here. Yeah, this is the actual entry zone right here. At the wrong highs mixed up, but this would be your entry zone for longs. Right. And where you aiming for? Usually you would aim for London highs or Asia highs. Right? Can show where exactly like to mark the fib for trades because I'm trying to pass my eval tomorrow and this strat looks crazy. Have you not looked at the videos? I've showed this strat over and over. But usually you would aim for London highs, true day open, or Asia highs. But in this case, if you're looking at this and you're looking at our model that we kind of based everything off of, we're not looking for a New York reversal, taking out both London and Asia highs, right? So you would just look for another OTE zone, but looking at this, everything is balanced for me. Like we drew this to here, that's balanced. If we drew this to here, that's balanced. If we drew this one to here, that gets balanced. So all of this is balanced for me. The only thing you can aim for is probably just buy side, which would just be here, 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 and that's basically it. Those are all the buy sides you could probably look for. So let's play this, and it ends up going here, right here, that buy side. Now you could have predicted this, because we do have another fib zone from this high to this low. Even though it gets rebalanced, sometimes market likes revisiting our levels, right? And you could have took shorts there at that wick, right? Now I'm not expecting it to go to sell side, so don't hold intel sell side. You want to go for these equal lows instead, or 200 ticks. Right, 200 ticks, which gets smacked like instantly. Boom. So I marked the fib from London high tomorrow, and then mark OTE range, which is, and then wait for it to get tapped type shit. So for tomorrow, let's play this all out real quick. So this will be your next trade, taking these lows. But let me play it all the way through so we see what tomorrow might look like. Skip past. All right. Get this out of here. So, what do we have? We have a range here, here. It could tap here, but to me that looks balanced. It could go from this range to here, so it could drop down to here and balance for longs. But at the moment, I can't really tell because most of these ranges are balanced already. We do have another huge range imbalance right here that it could be a draw. But if anything, we're already so low, we'll probably tap a OTE range right here for longs and take buy side if anything. That's how I find my bias. But your bias gets better throughout the day after you see Asia and London closes. It should. Your bias should get better. That's why I say wait until 7:30. Right? Because this is your time to wait and gather information. See what market wants to do. If it taps your OTE zone after 7:30, shit, go for it. Trust the strat. Go for a long. Go for a short. Whatever. But never trade before 7:30 and never trade after New York AM session is done. Even if we're basing it off this model, never trade after. Even if we're in a continuation profile, like we were, I don't know, this day, this continuation. So I should mark fib after 7:30 and take trades in. You could mark fibs before 7:30 if you see a range of imbalance. Like this is an imbalance right here. So we could tap here for longs, right? 718.50. We could tap that for longs. But as far as I know, that's our only range imbalance closest to us. Now we could just go down, take sell side. That's why you wait for 7:30. Once price reaches OT zone, how do I know either to long or short? Sounds like a dumbass question. Um, just based off. So if we see market go push up, right? Let me see. Draw this out. So if we see market, right? We see market pushing up. We're waiting on that pullback, like I said, OTE range. Once you see this pullback, you could guess that we're gonna long. It's all about having just insight. If you get stopped out, just know that your bias is probably wrong, right? Either one's lower or your range is wrong. That's how you know when to long or short. Because like I said, we're waiting for market. We enter off the pullback. We're not entering here off fair value gaps because we could still get stopped out. Right? We're entering off the pullback. You have to find your bias first before you're able to start winning your trades. Can you show example of London high and then with the fib, if the bias is bullish, once price taps into OT range, should I enter for longs or shorts? What do you mean London high? About like this London high? Can you show example of London high and then with the fibs, if the bias is bullish. You're saying if price wanted to push past London high. Or bearish, it doesn't matter. Okay. Gotta find a New York reversal type of deal. Okay. We have London high here. Right? We have New York open. Our profile for this one is New York reversal. Right? So I entered off this wick because I had a level marked out previously. But if you wanted a re-entry, take this wick down to this candle close or even down here. And you could have went in for shorts. Aiming for Asia lows or London lows. Right? That's basically it. I entered off the wick because I don't have it anymore, but there was I had a level marked out from the gap that we had Thursday, Friday, like two or 3 weeks ago.
Do you know if it's possible to copy trade Apex accounts on TradingView?
On
Been trying to figure that
TradingView,
shit out.
no, you need to get like TradeSync, or you gotta go on Tradeify, or yeah, Tradeify, and like actually place your trades on Tradeify. But
Dang.
but Tradeify kind of sucks, so I don't even use it. Um, so if price is bearish, you take the fib from top tick to bottom. Uh, and then once price reaches OT zone, you take shorts. Yeah, basically. You're taking this one. You're taking the whole range, wick to wick. Um, like I showed before in one of the videos, there's 3 methods to the fib. There's the opening gap. This one I'm still trying to test out. We haven't really gotten it, but it's worked twice now, so I'd say it's good. So opening gap, um, candle wick to candle wick of the gap, right? And our OTE, boom, for shorts, right? Or the opposite. Second one is a sweep of the highs and a sweep of the lows. So, like that, it sweeps this high and it sweeps this low right here. So you mark your fib from wick to body, and your entry is here. The pullback for longs, or the opposite. Or last one is just an IO Fed type entry, right? So we have a range being made, and then it pulls back to our OT range. So it'd be wick to wick. Right. Those are our 3 types of fibs that I draw. Which one's most common? Is basically what you're asking. Most common is these 2. You see this happen all the time. Right? Like here. Wick to wick, boom. Right? We have a break of a high and a break of a low. We have... What happened? Okay. We have a break of a high, this one, and a break of a low, here. So we could get an entry down here. Or we could even condense it down to when it breaks this high. So probably this wick or this candle closure. And your entry right here. Entry right here for longs or whatever. Or even here. Entry for longs on this wick. Boom. What's good, JD?
You used us as liquidity when it's all your fault.
I'm kind of homeless now.
I told y'all 670, but I never did tap, so.
Alright, what are we learning? What are we learning?
Just going over the basics again. I want to go over your trade, right? And why you lost, real quick. Right.
Which one?
At the beginning of the one I signaled. Alright. So the reason why you lost, put it simple, you went break even too early. You went break it even too early, right? So here's the fib I had, right? Boom. Here's our entry. Right here. And 56. So when did you wouldn't break even on this push down, right?
I don't even remember. What is that?
Like after 7:30.
7:30. Oh, yeah, I entered. Yeah, I entered down on the bottom,
Right here.
and then that top was no, like a little bit higher than that. But er, I don't remember. I entered somewhere around there, and then that fucking upwards candle right there stopped me out.
Gotcha. Okay. So you just didn't enter off the level, basically.
I don't even know what I did. I was, I don't know. My brain was not working today.
Yeah, no, same. I kept on messing up my ranges. I couldn't ping pong today. I would have got all of this, but all right. So I'll still go over it. So even with this push down, if we're following our rule of 1 to 4 RR, right? We don't go break even until it hits this 25%, right? And depending on candle closure, right? So we have these lows. Obviously, you want these lows to get taken out with a good candle closure, which it does here. So you would go break even at this candle. You don't want to go premature break even because you could lose a trade. Well, technically you wouldn't lose a trade, but you'll see the trade play out, and you'd be like, ah, fuck, and then you'll start FOMOing, right? Which you never want to have happen.
Holy shit. Ah, damn.
I get what happened?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. All right. It's my Alpha Zero. Damn, that hurt. I'm down 1,000 on my zero account and down 476 on my standard. Oh
Damn.
no, but I on my Alpha Zero I built up to 1,000, so I'm really just back to what I was, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Fuck. All right, let me see. I'm trying to see my entries. Trying to see where you were talking about. So I could kind of remember. Execution marks. Holy shit, that's a lot of execution marks.
You're spamming, huh?
All right, let's see. Where was it? Seven around.
After 7:30.
Where was it? After, what time was it? The candle.
I think it's 7:48, 7:58, or I got my entry 7:48.
Mm, was it this? Yeah, I have no fucking clue what even is going on my screen. I, oh no.
Oh yeah, Biller, what do you mean? Post all them fib settings. The fib settings are already in the chat. There's only one type of fib that I use. It's just different scenarios, 3 different scenarios.
Holy shit! Look, can you even see my screen?
Uh,
Shit.
yeah, if you share.
I don't even know what the fuck these entries are. All right, let's see. I think this is. All right, yeah, I think this is the one. Did I get any entries? Right here.
Isn't that?
Sure. God, I feel. I don't know if it's this one right here.
Yeah, it looks like that one. You went. So you entered at the very bottom of the pullback.
Yeah, so I got in like right here, and then I got into. Oh, okay, okay. I remember. I think this was when it was going down right here. So I was like, "Oh shit, it's about to leave without me." And then I said, "All right, I'm going right here."
So you
And then,
FOMO'd then. So sometimes,
and then, yeah. Oh,
sometimes it'll do that and it'll leave because you don't get your entry. That's why I usually have just limits. I have limits. Holy spam!
yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
I don't even know how I got like 50 trades off of like almost one candle.
Jesus Christ! I told you it's gonna keep going up.
Yeah, today was not my best day. Yeah, oh my, it was not good.
Uh. Okay,
You
let's
know,
let me show you something real quick. Let me pop this out. So, I didn't have my level correctly marked out today because I was like out of it as well. So technically, I would have had a bottom tick today if I marked my level out right. So this is our imbalanced range, right? That I was aiming for. That I sent in the Discord.
yeah.
It would be from, I believe, this high to this high. 663. So this was our bottom tick that we would have had for longs right here.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. I had too many levels marked out. That I just didn't have the right entry, so I didn't take anything. But it did. So let me tell you this as well. Market will sometimes revisit old fibs. So we had this fib from this high to this low, and you could have got in shorts at the tippy top over here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me go to this one. Now the reason why I wasn't looking for longs like crazy, right, is because we are so far down. Because I know you were looking for longs over here. Sure, it's a good idea. It would have been a good spot, but you kept on FOMOing and getting out of a trade. But the reason why you wouldn't look for any more longs past this is because we're so far down already. It doesn't make sense for a New York reversal to happen, right? So that's why I called out. That's why I called out it would be a consolidation, and that's what it did. It just consolidated, basically. right?
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you think you marked your ranges wrong?
I don't even know. I was making like everybody but myself profitable. What the fuck?
Was
No,
anybody actually getting anything?
no, yeah. All like this Discord I was in, I was fucking giving people signals, bro, and I got like 10. I got I put in 14 signals, and 4 of them lost. So they were actually pretty good. I don't know. I was fucking losing. Everybody else was winning somehow.
But you didn't take your own signals.
I think so, bro.
So
I think it's just that fucking looking at that money go down. Ah,
all good. It happens, bro. It happens. I used to use Top Step and I lost 8K in one sitting. So
like,
Yeah, Top Step's like a game. You just want to sit there and keep trading.
yeah, especially since you can see like your take profit, how much it is.
order down.
But yeah.
Fuck,
Uh,
get out before it goes even higher, and then it fucking. Oh my god, it fucking kills me.
honestly, so depending on your account size, right? You probably want to stop trading after like 500. On a fresh account, you want to stop trading after 500. That's like 2 losses. If you're using 10 micros or 1 mini, that's 2 losses. Um, or you could even get off after 1 loss and then wait for a next session. Um, I don't, it's kind of hard because I trade a lot. Like I overtrade myself, but I don't lose as much. You know what I mean? Because I win it back. Um,
And then sometimes I lose a trade, and then the next one I'm like, oh, fuck, all right, I'm gonna size down, and then I win, but it's not big enough, and then just
yeah,
fucking lose again.
yeah, that makes sense. Mm. The only thing I can say is that you could size down when you first start trading, and then size up when you have a buffer. But even then, at 10K, I'm only using 1 mini, 10 micros, right? No more, no less. I'll probably size up after 20K or whatever, but for now, just stick with 10 minis or no, not 10 minis, 10 micros in 1 mini.
After I lost the 500, I was like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna go to paper trade. Every single one of my fucking paper trades hit.
That happens. But were you trading with the same strategy or what were you doing?
Kinda, yeah. Or I would just like, I'd see it come down to a level, and then it'll start struggling. So then I go for the opposite, and then kind of just hits it.
So here's the premise that you need to get in your head as well. So, based on this market, right? I'm gonna draw this out. We want price to go to this imbalance range, right? This is our draw on liquidity, not any sell side or buy side, because our imbalance of range usually always gets hit. Like I'd say, most of the time, right? Unlike buy side and sell side, like today, our 1 hour buy side didn't get hit, or our 1 hour sell side didn't get hit today. So we're looking for our range imbalance, which was this huge ass gap down there. So when when you expect price to go down, you want to wait for the pullback. That's when you get in your OTE range for shorts, right? And that's how you should be basing your trade off. Not whether or not it is struggling. So like here or whatever, like you say, like you'd be like, oh, it's struggling here, so I'll take longs, and then boom, you get stopped out. Then you're like, oh shit, it's going down, I'm a FOMO, take short, boom, you get stopped out. You always want to wait for the pullback right here. This is your next entry for shorts. Right here, you get out the trade at 200 ticks. You wait for a pullback. It's our next OTE zone, I believe, or it was this one for shorts. Pullback, OTE zone for shorts. Pullback, shorts. Pullback. This one was chopping, so you would just get out here or whatever. I think that's 200 ticks. Now, whenever it does reach your range imbalance, yeah, something like that. That's what we're expecting. Okay, so whenever it does reach your range imbalance, you could then look for your OTE range for longs, right? Which would be this one for us, right? And this would be your long. It just depends on your bias, because without the wrong bias, you would literally probably miss all these trades and probably blow an account. With the right bias, and if you had unlimited money with no SL, you would hit your TP every time, right? With the wrong bias, and unlimited money, but you had an SL, you would get stopped out every time. Something like that. Something along those lines, if you get what I'm trying to say. It all
never use stop loss.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, if you have the right bias, you'll win more trades, right?
Can't lose without a stop loss.
What time is the London session? London session is, I have it on New York time. You should always have your chart on New York time. Where's that?
I have mine set to the 12 hour, so I don't have to fucking read 32 hours, 22.
Right here. Symbol, go to time zone and change it to New York, because that's how you should always base your thing off. New York is how markets are run. Right. But for me, I think it's fuck, like 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh no. 1 o'clock in the morning.
3 a.m. for me, Eastern Standard Time.
Actually, it's 12 o'clock for me when London opens, I believe.
Is the market open tonight?
I do not even know. We have
It'll open in 17 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, never trade before 7:30 because that's your time to look for information, right? Do I take trades on latest session? Yeah. If you look in the Discord, I took 4 trades today.
Awesome alone.
Right here. Here's the trades I took today. Boom, 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 boom. It's only sometimes. Yesterday I was just like so hyper focused on the charts that I took those trades. Didn't. By the time I knocked out, I was fucking knocked out. That's why I miss New York. Yeah, other questions? How to draw fibs or what?
So let me show you. Let me see if I'm doing these fibs right. So like right here, I drew my fib like this from the low to like up here. Would this be right?
Does it hit? Let me see.
Yeah, it hits it
Mm-hmm.
like right on the fucking tip.
That looks right.
And
That's at
then
this point right here.
right here,
Yep.
upper that shit. Put it from here. Put it right here. Oh fuck, can't see. From right here to right here. Would this even have been right?
For shorts? So
Yeah.
depending on your bias, right? So for me, I wouldn't even take shorts at this pull down, right? That's what you're looking at, right?
So too far down.
850. Yeah. So it went into my circle, or not my the fuck circle, my rectangle, right here. I'll pull it up. Right, it went into this rectangle of my range of balance, and with that push down, it went to my 3/4 of the way, which I considered this range fully filled once it goes
You can't
to
see.
the third.
Or is that just me? I can't see the fucking thing.
You see anything?
Am I tweaking?
Let me see. Like this. Here we go.
Oh, there.
When it goes to this, the 3/4 of the way of this range imbalance, I consider this range imbalance full or filled, and that's what it did. So I went all the way to like right here. So I would start looking for longs there instead of looking for shorts. The only time you would look for shorts is when it gets that big pullback that it did. So here, right there.
Where was your range imbalance for? Right here?
My range imbalance. Let me see. It's from here. It was Tuesday, Wednesday.
And why is this an imbalance again? So,
Does the opening gap strat work good? It worked. It worked on this one. We bottom ticked New York AM. It worked on this top tick right here for shorts. But yeah, the range of balance is right here. You said, why is it a range of balance?
yeah.
Because so basically when you draw your fib, right, this low to this high, you can see that we didn't get a pullback into the 50% area, which would be our 618. So I consider this range imbalanced, right? Whenever we get a pullback, it's to balance that range to go up. And that's how we base our trades. We wait for the pullback to 618 and we take it. That's why this is considered a range imbalance. That's why, so let's say if you're trading, right, let me go into replay mode real quick. So like say here, right? So we have this range of imbalance, and it also taps our OTE around this area, or back here somewhere. It taps our OTE for longs. So we want to figure out where we want to get out. So we look for our range of imbalance. Now this is our first break right here. This wouldn't work because don't know how to explain it, but it wouldn't work essentially. You want to take this high to this low, or this low. No, this low actually. This low, because this wick was like manipulation. But you would take this high instead, and we'll leave that. Where'd everything go? And your entry would be here, or whatever. But yeah. But it doesn't go all the way up here because there's this high that bit gets made right here.
So do we have any new range imbalances? Since we already filled that one?
The only range of balance that we have. Oh shit. We have an hour gap. We have an hour gap and sell side. Then we have this range imbalance down here. Now I don't think we're gonna go down here because that's way too far for me. I only use one indicator, ICT kill zones. But yeah, this is our next range of balance that we have, which is down here, with our 1 hour gap as well, right here. Right. So the only range of balance I see right now, is just right here, this range. Right. It's the only range of imbalance that I see right now.
We'll probably end up filling that, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna tap this for longs, but I'm not sure yet. That's why I wait until 7:30.
Yeah.
To get more information. And it's before market open.
So if I would have known about the range of balance, I probably would have had a different bias, and I would have been like, okay, well, short.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Basically. Yeah, but this is the only indicator I use. Don't complicate your trading. You don't need 30 indicators. You don't need 30 confluences.
Bro, I woke up and I was fucking scrolling on TikTok, or I forgot if it was TikTok or YouTube Shorts. And I just see that fucking bunch of fucking things, like, oh my god. And then I fucking get on the charts and I'm just like, my brain is like,
Like, you see a lot of people winning or what?
no, like I was watching because every time I fucking scroll, I just see new strategies, and then it got stuck in my fucking head, and then I got on the charts and I was like, oh, well, this contradicts that, and that is not supposed to go there, and then I was just like, I don't even know. My fucking brain was like literally about to explode, bro. I wanted to just get off, but I was like, fuck, I gotta win something. And then I just fuck lost. I lost everything.
Yeah. So that's where it goes bad, obviously, because you're trying to use like 4 different strategies in one. Obviously. But like I said, I made it as simple as I can. All you have to do is find your range, find your bias, and then enter off a level. No confluence is needed. It's just if you have the right bias, then you win the trade. If not, you go break even, or you win 250. If not, you lose 250. As simple as that. No complicating it. Um, but for sure, you want to find your right bias first, and you want to have confidence in your bias or strat, right? Like you don't have to use the same strat that I'm using, but just have the idea that market wants to fill imbalances. That market, that you need to find your bias before you make a trade. Otherwise, you're just going in blind. So to find your bias, you need to find the imbalance or your sell side or buy side liquidity zones, and then you can start winning more trades.
I got full port longs once that shit gets down to the 618 range. Alright, look at that shit. It's gonna bounce off and go for longs. Yep.
Off the sell side, 618. He's gonna shoot all the way up here to all time highs.
I got a full point hold, no stop loss.
20 minis. Put 20 minis on
No,
it.
from the range, from the inbounds range that it built, like right here. Once it comes down to 0.618.
Oh, you're talking about 718.
Is that 718?
Yeah, 718.
That's 618, isn't it?
Down here? On sell side?
On the fib.
That's
For the
70.
fib, for the fib.
No, that's 718.
It'd be like 721, 723, I think.
Oh, 718 right here.
Yeah. Once it bounces down, I got full court longs right there. Yep. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Alright. Our bias is longs because it looks good. Looks good.
Honestly, I don't know what market's gonna do, so I might wait even longer than that, even longer than 730. But I mean, you could probably take this bounce and aim for 200 ticks, and you'll probably win. But because all of these ranges here are balanced for me. All this is balanced. This, I mean, I guess we could go tap. What is it? What do we have here? We have Asia highs and London highs that we could take. Or buy side.
That's crazy. We never came back up to the fucking thing that we're supposed to go up to.
Yeah, it's because it went towards our range, which was so far down. It wouldn't make sense to make a 1,000 tick move all the way back up, taking both of them.
Now we gotta wait. Over time, it'll push up. Will it end up pushing up over time, or could it just keep going down even more?
I mean, it could take this range in balance. It could do whatever. It could do whatever it wants, but um, it all depends on New York. New York is where it either moves up and takes out these highs and lows and goes towards buy side, or New York goes towards sell side. New York will be like the deciding factor. But FOMC told us that we're gonna be buying, or we should be long. We shouldn't be bearish. We should be bullish. Did Eli join? Oh no, he's not
I
even
think
here.
he's trying. I don't think he can listen because he doesn't have his air pump shut.
Yeah, he's at work right now. Yeah, so right now we're in between a lot of sell side and we're far away from buy side right now. So honestly, I don't know what market will want to do.
Well, hopefully we get something good for Asia. I can get out of this drawdown
We'll see. I think
right
Asia
now.
Asia might be a sleeper today.
Oh, no.
Not gonna lie. Asia might be a sleeper today.